pledge drive, and there's going to be, that sounds bad, doesn't it? That sounds like pledge drive.
Yeah, it sounds like, tuning into PBS.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But you know what? We're going to do some neat things. We're going to try and get some, a lot of the great bands locally here in town, even some regional bands, in the studio. We're going to try and occupy some more space here at I think we're going to try and knock out a wall and build like a little auditorium for some bands to come in and perform live, and we're going to be taking pledges and all kinds of things. So save up those pennies, save up those dollars, because KYMC is in, I don't want to say need, but boy, we are in need.
We could use some new equipment.
Oh yeah, things are just kind of falling apart. And if you like the programming here at KYMC, then you're certainly going to be telling a lot of friends and being a part of it. And there's going to be a possibility of being a real live member of KYMC. So check out that. But anyway, I think I'm going to turn things over to the very capable and honorable Joey J. Did you get enough sleep last night, man?
I just woke up, man.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No kidding. So
got a good 6 hours.
So you stayed up until about 4 o'clock last night on the air?
Yeah, 4 o'clock, and we challenged each other to see who could stay the longest, but we ended up both leaving at the same time. We called it a draw. So.
Draw. That's it. So did the paramedics have to come by and stretcher you guys out or anything like that?
Yeah, basically. Well, the security guard carried us out. Mike had blisters all over his feet from playing hockey for 6 hours, so he could barely walk.
God, that sounds
let
gross.
Alone play CDs.
Ugh, that sounds really gross. But anyway, hey, he's committed, right? Or at least he should be committed.
The later we stay on Friday night, the weirder the music gets. You can tell we're running out of stuff to play, so the music gets really obscure and weird. So.
Oh, was that you guys playing that Barbra Streisand medley?
No, we didn't stay that late. I think that would be like 6 a.m. I think we'd run into that material.
Oh, goodness gracious. Joey J's up next. 5 o'clock, straight up here in St. Louis. You are tuned to KYMC, the alternative.
Desire
J, Tribe, and Tide. Before that, Ned's Atomic Dustbin and Grace L. Green. You're listening to Joey J on Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. No, it's Saturday. I'm sorry. I have too many shifts, I think. Okay. Coming up next, we got some Pixies.
Monday.
What?
Tuesday.
Oh, then Wednesday.
Thursday.
And Saturday comes after Friday.
Right. There you go.
I'm up. KYMC welcomes the Pixies December 8th with Perubo at the American Theater. Tickets went on sale Saturday, November 9th. I believe tickets are still available. And we also will be giving away tickets to this show, so keep listening as we approach that December 8th date for the Pixies. Right now, I got Letter to Memphis here on KYMC, The Alternative.
some fiction proof. Hey, Herbie said, Tony, can you fly? But Tony couldn't fly. Tony died. Those are people who died, 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 died. For all my friends when they died. Brian got busted on a narco rap. He beat the rap by ratting on some bikers. He said, hey, I know it's dangerous, but it sure beats Rikers. But the next day, he got offed by the very same bikers. Those are people who died, died. 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 All my friends when they died. He was 12 years old, fell from the roof on East 29. Kathy was 11 when she pulled the plug on 26 Reds and a bottle of wine. Bobby got leukemia, 14 years old, looked like 65 when he died. He was a friend of mine. All the people who died, died. 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 All my friends when they died. In Georgia, let the gimmicks go rotten. They died of hepatitis in Upper Manhattan. Sly in Vietnam took a bullet in the head. Bobby OD'd on Trino on the night that he was wed. They were two more friends of mine. I miss them. They died. Those are people who died, 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 died. All my friends, they died. Took a drive up from a hotel room. Bobby hung himself from his cell in the tube. Judy turned in front of his subway train, and Eddie got split in the jugular vein. Eddie, I miss you more than all the others. This song is for you, my brother. All the people who died, died. 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 They're all my friends, and they died.
You're listening to KYMC, The Alternative.
Childish play, signing warrants, blessing, firing squads are the pleasures of this baby's day. When the street where broken buildings fall, burning people 10 foot tall, stocking knees, not all, those who fight above firelight, in spite of all the crowd and call. He's really crazy. Mr. Baby. Oh, you really sway me. Mr. Baby in the burning bushfire, basement by the crater brook, reads from his ancient hey book. Mr. Baby, you own Mr. Baby. Mr. Baby.
I'm looking down on my programming sheet and it says Fat Man Missions. And I look over on the CD and it's Fatima Mansions. I like Fat Man Missions better myself. We heard Mr. Baby before that, Jim Carroll Band, and People Who Died, going back to 1980 for Jim Carroll. Started off with Tribe and Tide and Pixies' Letter to Memphis. I'm Joey J. You're listening to KYMC FM, the alternative. Up next, I got some Buzzcocks for you. This is a song they played in concert as an encore, the last song they played. And speaking of Buzzcocks concert, the opening band, Poster Children, stopped by my house after the concert. We did a little interview, put together a 1-hour special with music and interviews, so stay tuned for that, coming up in about 10 minutes. Right now, this is the Buzzcocks, I Believe, on KYMC.
In these times of contention, it's not my intention to make things plain. I'm looking through mirrors to cast the reflection, can't be mine. I'm losing control now, I just have to slow down a thought or two. I can't feel the future and I'm not even certain that there is a past. I believe in the workers' evolution and I believe in the final solution. I believe in the ship of things to come, and I believe I'm not the only one. Yes, I believe in when I pause on my system, I take thoughts and twist them into shapes. I'm reaching my idea and I haven't an idea of what to do. I'm painted by numbers, but can't find the colors that fill you in. I'm not even knowing if I'm coming or going, if to end or begin. I believe in the Immaculate Conception, and I believe in the resurrection, and I believe in the elixir of youth, and I believe in the absolute truth. Yes, I believe in. There is no love in this world anymore. existence to offer resistance to the flow of time. Everything is, and that is why it is will be the line. I believe in perpetual motion, and I believe in perfect devotion. I believe in the things I never had, and I believe in my mom and my dad, and I believe in there is no love in this world anymore. There is no love in this world anymore. I'm skipping the pages of a book that takes ages for the forward to end. Triangular cover concealing another aspect of you. My reality motion is just an illusion
KYMC, the alternative.
Champaign, Illinois is starting to gain a reputation as an innovative breeding ground for some recent entries to the college/alternative music scene. I'm Joey J, and my guests today make up the band Poster Children, who are in the midst of a nationwide 7-week tour as openers for the Buzzcocks, along with other bands from Champaign, Illinois, like Titanic Love Affair, The Digits, and Lonely Trailer. Their characteristic wall of sound seems an appropriate way to describe their effect at Mississippi Nights this past Tuesday, November 12th. Loud never sounded so good. You've probably heard their featured song, If You CK, from the Daisy Chain Reaction CD, the band's follow-up to Flower Plower, now an MTV video on 120 Minutes. With me here is Rick, lead vocals and guitar, Rose, bass, and Jim on guitar. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So how old are you guys?
We range from 21 to 26.
Okay. Is that as specific as we're going to
Yeah.
Depending on what year you're asking.
This is 1991. Let's start at the beginning. Why don't you tell me a little bit how the band was formed and how long you guys have been together?
The band's been around with the name Poster Children for about 4 years.
Yeah.
Right? Started out, sort of evolved from other bands that Rose and I were in. We were in an earlier band called The Evidence, which was pretty much the same kind of lineup, guitar, bass, and drums. And we got a new drummer, we changed the name to Poster Children, and then
We haven't changed the name since.
Yeah.
We've been getting new people in all the time.
we decided not to change the name every time we got a new member, so that's helped out with the band, I think.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that name, Poster Children, as opposed to, say, something like the Milk Carton Kids?
We couldn't decide on a name, and I think Shannon, our first drummer, was the one who said, "Well, what about Poster Children?" We said, "Okay."
Yeah, we couldn't
like it,
agree.
though.
Yeah, we couldn't agree on a name. We all had our favorite name, and then Shannon came up with Poster Children.
I think we.
None of us disagreed with that and thought it was generic enough that we could, it wouldn't define the band too much. So we said sure.
Shannon was the drummer on Flower Plower,
Yeah, the first
okay.
drummer on Flower Power on half of it.
and now Bob is the drummer.
Right.
Okay. Are you guys all from Champaign?
We all grew up in the suburbs of Chicago.
Really?
Yeah,
How far away is that from Champaign?
3 hours, about. So
What was it like growing up in the suburbs of Chicago?
very suburban.
Safe, yeah. Suburban.
Kind of like St. Louis?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much like any suburb, I'm assuming, in the United States.
I'm gonna say we're not city kids. You can tell probably by our music for some reason. I don't know.
No spiked leather boots and...
Right.
Only on weekends. not us. People that we saw.
If you had to classify yourself as a certain type of band, and I know that's like something most people would rather avoid, but what words would you use if you had to?
I would look at what the person who was asking me to classify us was wearing first, and then decide what words to use. Yeah, if they were wearing a business suit, I would say, well, we're a punk rock band. But if they had an alternative radio station hour, I guess I'd say loud, noisy.
Alternative.
Okay. Loud
Yeah.
alternative, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Rhythmic.
That was a good
Yeah.
good show last night, by the way.
Rhythmic. Yeah. Did you see me slipping? I was slipping because I was wearing these shoes and they were slipping. Sorry. Visual.
On Flower Plower, you had two producers, Steve Albini, is that how you pronounce it?
Right, yeah.
And Ian Burgess.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just had Steve on the Daisy Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
And he's from Chicago's Big Black, as they said on 120 Minutes. But what I wanted to ask was, what kind of influence did he give both albums by producing them?
I think he has a definite sound in his production. He doesn't like to be called a producer, though. He prefers to be called an engineer. He likes to think that the bands produce themselves, or what he does is just put onto tape what the band sounds like live. So, I mean, a lot of his input was restricted to the way he recorded us. Not necessarily. He didn't really tell us to change songs or anything like that. A lot of times, a producer will do that. Be a lot more active in like songwriting or arrangements of songs or tones and sounds. And Steve was not like that at all. He was more interested in getting getting a powerful sound out of the band. So that's his influence, really, is that he likes to get the most direct and powerful sound. He's not really interested in perfection. He's interested in the immediacy, you know, the live feeling on record. So
The spontaneity.
Spontaneity. I mean, a lot of the songs were done in like the first 2 or 3 takes, especially the vocals.
Well, it sounds pretty fresh. You started with Limited Potential Records, and then went to Frontier Records in Sun Valley.
No, actually, we Mike Potential from Limited Potential put out our first recordings, which are Flower Power. Then we signed a deal with Twin Tone and recorded Daisy Chain Reaction. Then after Daisy Chain Reaction came out, Mike from Limited Potential signed a deal with Frontier to distribute his record label, and they re-released our record, our first record, Flower Power, just recently at the end of September.
Are you going to stick with this label for the next album?
Twin Tone? It all depends.
Depends on if we make another record or not.
You think there's going to be another record?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there'll be that.
Are you working on stuff now?
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to that. This Daisy Chain Reaction was recorded over a year ago, so we are itching to go back into the studio.
Cool. How you guys getting along with the suit and tie guys at the record label?
We actually haven't encountered any suit and tie guys yet, have we?
We've encountered A&R guys. You mean from like major labels and stuff?
Well, the label that you've been working on.
The label we work
pretty
with
laid back.
is very laid back. It's an
Extremely
independent
laid
label.
back.
Yeah. All the labels we've worked with so far have been laid back, just real small labels. But we have encountered weasels, major label sharks and weasels, or whatever you want to call them.
Taking us out to lunch and stuff.
And most of those guys are pretty casual too. We haven't encountered any real bigwigs.
We're not your usual rock stars who like don't get along with people in suits and ties either. I mean, I think we probably get along better with people in suits and ties than we do with other rock stars.
Really? We're not the kind of band that spills drinks or throws food at people in suits. So.
Well, we threw food, but not at people in suits.
We throw food at other bands, not people in suits.
Your negative experiences with these so-called weasels?
Oh no, they're not negative experiences at all.
They're always positive.
Yeah, that's just a band term, not just specifically our band, but all bands, who encounter larger labels and are a little wary of being swallowed up, or
They were scared of major labels.
Yeah, but like I said before, the people we've met from major labels are really nice. Especially the people who work in the alternative departments. They're not dealing with rock stars and multi-million-dollar budgets or whatever. So they're a lot more casual.
Who writes the songs?
The music is all of us, pretty much.
Yeah. We all write our own parts.
Yeah, and then sometime a couple months later, I have to figure out some words to sing over it. By the time we have to record, I can usually fake it live on the new songs, but once we go into the studio, that's when it comes to a head where I have to think of some words.
You're not making it up as you go along on stage, are you, for some of them?
Not actually. The new songs we have now, we've been playing them long enough that I think I've got some permanent words to them.
You changed the words one time, though. We were.
I change them all the time.
Yeah.
I forget them. I have to. It's kind of difficult. I'm not a quick thinker, and that's the worst part is when you forget a line and have to make something.
That might explain why there's no lyrics in the liner notes.
Right, exactly.
That might explain that.
They're written down somewhere, but they're never going to be on the records. Yeah.
Because Rick doesn't want to be known as a poet.
Yeah,
He's really afraid of that.
I enjoy the lyrics and the singing is part of the whole overall music, not as a separate 50-50 kind of arrangement where it's like I have these lyrics and they're half of the song. That's not the way I look at it at all. They're there to fill in the singing part, which is essential because I know I don't like instrumental records, and instrumentals are fine, but I don't think anyone would buy an instrumental Poster Children record, so that's why we have words.
Talking about the first album, Flower Flower, in the song Hollywood, you talk about the city washing dreams away. Does that kind of sum up your experience with the town?
No, that song was kind of a joke, I think. Not a joke. It was like, that was written a long, long time ago, and I don't think I'd ever been to Hollywood then. And it was like a cartoon.
You'd seen it in movies.
Yeah, it was a song about like people's movie ideas about a movie town. Because it used to be an ideal place in the movies, and then they turned it into a non-ideal place, and so I guess that's what the song's about. The song's a cartoon, I'd say. That's what the inspiration was, the Tom and Jerry cartoons that say, "Made in Hollywood, USA."
Yeah.
So.
Because I kind of identify with that when I heard that, even though you didn't write it seriously.
Yeah.
Because I lived there for 8 years, and now I'm back here in St. Louis. So.
Back in reality.
Enough said. What is Byron's song about? Who's Byron?
Byron's a Mormon friend of ours, and the song has nothing to do with Byron at all.
Except that he was there while we were making it.
Yeah, we always have this problem since they're not lyrics when the songs are begun, and we have to write them down and keep track of them, like on a set list or something. So we always need a name for the song, and it can't be like the chorus or
We had about
some verses.
5 songs called the new song.
Yeah. So, and that day, instead of calling this song